Okay, so today I'm going to enter into phase 2 of my black-red hybrid deck series, which is going to be... The first phase is basically just we're using black and red, period, right, just together. But I set the rule that I can only use one copy of each card in there, whatever it is that I choose to use, just to give it variety and novelty. And so... And also, like, black has a certain theme that, okay, we mostly want to use spells as black, and we mostly want to make them discard stuff as black. That's at least what I was playing into. And then as red, it was mostly that I want to have minions, and then I want to have, obviously, dragons. So now I'll go to phase 2, where now I can have multiple copies of the same card, so I can make it the best I want, or even just to preference. Like, I like this card, so I'll use 4 of them, or whatever. The problem is I don't have that many wild cards or anything, and I don't want to use them. I want to save them for next expansion for green when we go back to it, but... Either way, we've got to make the Balrog, though, just because of the whole hybrid element that you feel like, you know, you're able to represent Shadow and Flame so well. Even the iconic line, right? He fell to both Shadow and Flame, a Balrog of Morgoth. So there's 2 of them, actually, but I won't make both, I don't think. But no, so this is going to be the second phase, where it's going to still be black and red hybrid, but now I'll commit to the format even more. So I can have multiple copies of any card I want, but... I have to commit only to only to spells as black. So I can't have any black minions. And then I also can commit only to minions as red. So it'll be like that. So we'll have dragons. It doesn't have to be only dragons, but only minions as red, only spells as black, which I was sort of flirting with that idea, but I didn't really commit to it. And then on the flip side, the 2 exceptions will be if there's hybrid cards. If it's like black and red, it can be either one, right? Like the Balrog, I think, is both black and red, as it would make sense. And even Planeswalkers I can have. So those 2 things break the rule. But outside of that, we're going to actually go full in with respect to multiple copies and only those 2 things. I don't have to limit it in terms of mechanics, like, oh, it has to make them discard, right? That I don't care as much about. This I don't really get, because... The expansion sort of feels like it just started, so how could it be like that? But I already got something from here, which I forgot even what it was, but it wasn't too exciting. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll change our deck around. I could almost make it from scratch, but I think some of this I'll keep intact anyway. Like, you know, we can basically do the same thing. I don't think we really have that many more options. Like, what else did I want? I wanted to craft, like... Well, I guess I would just want multiple copies of some of the stuff I already have, so... Maybe it should just be where they're full-on dragons, but I don't know. I can't really decide. Or, you know what, let's say I should just do it from scratch, because, well, how many lands did I decide to have, though? I haven't had as much trouble getting lands with this deck as in a lot of them. For some reason, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 and 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you might question, why are they individually marked like that, right? Why not just say 10 swamps overall? And it's because of the simple fact that I like the different art for them. So it's like when you choose a different one, right, it's going to show up like that. Oh, this one's pretty sick, but I don't want all the effect ones. I just want the basic ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, the amount of the variety they have in terms of the cosmetics for these is quite cool. We got red here. I should almost do some on a further page, because we've already seen so many of them, like... over and over, right? We should go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then some of them come with flavor text and stuff too. Okay, so 20. That seems to have worked out pretty well for me generally. Now, let's try to commit. Okay, so we want 20 dragons and 20 spells. And so all the spells will be black. All the dragons will be, or all the minions will be red. And again, we can put in Planeswalkers regardless of either one. And we can put in... hybrid cards regardless of either one, but let's just look through. I could do that, but let me try to understand. I'm a pariah trapped in a mammal's carcass. Only my true kin. Okay. No, I guess we'll do stuff that isn't. Yeah. See, like, it'll make sense here, because I feel like this never really gets good value, but let me try it. I wasted a mythic card on it, so... Right, you have a lot of these to try to make the dragons a lot better value. Creatures gain haste... Create a 5/5 dragon spirit. I don't really care too much about that. It's like it should at least have to mention dragon in there, which was kind of the criteria I was using. Oh, you only have one of those. This is pretty good. Like, it'll basically be the same thing, but I'll just have multiple of everything in there. Right, and we'll fit in some of these planeswalkers. I don't know if I want that many. I should be a little more selective, though. See, like, normally I'd have that, but it's just a dog shit card, so... Sacrifice 1 or more treasures. Right, like some of these are just suboptimal. I'm surprised I even have 2 of those. I don't think I remember making it. So yeah, I'm being a little more selective. We should probably only have like 1 Sarkhan. See, we only have room for 3 more, so we already have to decide. This is artifact equipment. Yeah, anything other than a minion we're not going to do. All these shitty standard ones for later. Yeah, let me pick like 1. Maybe that should be the rule. We have 1 planeswalker, and so the Sarkhan, we have to decide which Sarkhan I want, assuming that's the only red planeswalker you'd have. But this one I've kept having in there, but it's kind of weird. Like, what are you trying to do with it? Fucking mill them out? Because it'll end up helping them more than anything, especially when you're trying to flying haste. Is there no fucking good dragon at this point? Like, what the fuck? At this cost, like Convoke, all these suck. So even though I was saying, okay, this one's okay. I like the haste. Deal 4 to each opponent. None of these are really good. This is okay, I guess, because it's really not, but I'll just do it anyway. Is there one other good, or no, since we took out Sarkhan, now we have to decide. But that's really not that much better, but at least the cost element is taken care of a little bit with that. But then it's like we don't have enough dragons. We have 8 cards that make dragons cost less, but then we only have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dragons of any kind that we could actually summon. So we could get in trouble with that. Maybe I should have some black cards that give me card draw and stuff, which I wouldn't mind. So we pick 1 Sarkhan here. Let me go for like the most epic effect, right? Like search for library for any number of dragons, put them on the battlefield, and then shuffle. But it's too expensive. Like, it won't even get to that point. Create a 4/4. That ends up being more useful on a regular level. Or I always like the Shivan dragon thing too. I just like the infinite value that it could get. Starts with 3. This one starts with 5, but you only have to do it twice. Let's just do it because it's the big bad epic one, and that effect can easily win you the game, but it's unlikely I'll get to do it. So now we'll go into black for only spells. Or you know what I'm forgetting to do too? Is actually the Balrog. So now what should this count as if you have... I don't know, because it wouldn't be fair to have an unequal number. So I have 20 red cards, but now I'd only have 19 black cards. So do I get rid of a land, or I mean, this is like my strongest fucking highest cost thing in there. So let's pick which one's better here. One of their effects I didn't like. Legendary creature, so it's a 5 mana 7/7. Put the Balrog Flame of Udun on the bottom of the library. This one's kind of annoying. 1 less to each to cast. It's too expensive. Can't be blocked. Destroy target artifact. Right, this one's just more expensive, and we're not going to have any artifact or permanent sacrifice, so let's just do that. Alright, so we'll do one of those, and then I have to make a decision, like maybe... Or, I could... Well, it's mythic, though, too. Oh, it's not mythic, actually. You know what? Maybe... No, but we could do a Planeswalker, but... No, the Planeswalkers aren't hybrid, though. You know what? Let's just do it for the fuck of it. So we'll have both Balrogs in there, even though that one I don't really like. So we'll have 2 of those, which means I'll get rid of 1 of each of some other card. Maybe since I don't have issues with the thing... with the lands, I could afford to do that. Or I could just get rid of something here. Like, what's something... Costs 1 less to cast at the beginning of your end step. They again cost 1 less to cast. Whoops. Okay, let me get rid of one of those. And so what we have is the ability to... We could have 19 red, black cards, right? 1, 2... 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Wait, how can it still be 20? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We'll have 19, 19, and then we have the 2 that fill in with the Balrogs. I wasn't expecting to make both, but I thought one of them was mythic. Maybe they changed it since I last... They did that with some green card. I'd make it with a mythic card, and then they change it to a... what's it called? A rare... after I do it, so then they don't refund me what I fucking paid. Now again, we could do Planeswalkers, but we could also do like, what is it that I really want here? And I don't know. Additional cost to cast a spell, pay for, sacrifice artifact or creature. Okay, maybe I'll do that. And again, I can have multiple of any of these, so I don't know whether I want this or not. Paying 4 is kind of garbage. I'm not going to have any artifacts, and so I would sacrifice one of my creatures, which is generally not worth it, but creature gets +2/+1, pay 3, discard a card, pay 1 life, additional, or I mean, not just spells, but I could do other things too, like enchantments or something. Additional cost, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. I mean, I don't really want to keep sacrificing my stuff. The one thing I'm going to miss in here is the dinosaur that's like, destroy target creature with total power and toughness of 5 or less. I don't know if that's really worth it or not. Pay 1 life. Target discards a card if mana was spent. You would think it'd be something I would have wanted to use in the first place. I just mostly want to use reveals their hand. I kind of want more removal with this one than actual non-creature, non-land. What was I using before? I don't even know. Like, there were a lot of things. Exile target creature, planeswalker, sacrifice a creature, pay 4. So this is kind of the same thing anyway. Artifact or a creature, I guess just not planeswalker. Sacrifice another creature, draw a card. Well, I can't use creatures anyway. Target reveals their hand, chooses a non-land card from it, discards the card if you don't control a fairy. Exile a card from your hand. It's +2/+2 as long as a vampire. Yeah, there are some cool minions here that I'm going to miss out on using, but that's okay. Man, what the hell was I using with this? I don't get it. None of this stuff was in there. Each opponent loses 1 life, gain 1 life, exile it, transform under your control. I mean, I guess you could get a minion that way in some roundabout way. Vehicles you control have menace. Discard your hand. Okay. Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. But no, I have like not even enough. What is this dude using, a fucking lightsaber or something? Why is it so? Or yeah, maybe it does actually look like that though. It glows with like magical power. Sam's desperate rescue. Damager's talent. I'm just kind of looking for what I was using and I have no idea. Man, I have way more black cards than I would have thought too, and of course this is in historic, despite the fact that I didn't build the deck for historic. It just sort of happened to come together. Everybody uses this fucking card. It's some meta shit. It seems like that, just no matter what the deck is. Whenever opponent draws a card except first one each turn, it deals 1 damage to target, then a mass Oryx 1. I mean, I could do it. No, I can't do it. Fuck me. Exile target creature of a mana value 3 or less. Exile target creature. What is corrupted here? Wait, it doesn't even tell me. Exile that creature instead if its controller has 3 or more poison counters. Basically, I'm at a total loss for even what to do here. Call of the Ring. Sacrifice artifact creature, lose 1 life, gain 1 life. Eliminate, destroy target creature, planeswalker 3 or less. Oh my god, I did not realize how many of these fucking cards I had. I guess because I've done so many drafts, and I often would do drafts as black, so therefore, destroy target non-artifact creature. That's pretty good for 2. I mean, what's wrong with that? You can just destroy a creature for 2. Like, what the fuck? Non-artifact creature. Okay, that seems fine. Golem, like, that seems so good that I would just do it. Fuck it. This is kind of all we want from black anyway. Patient Plotter. Leaves the battlefield, the ring taps you, sacrifice a creature, return to your hand. Everybody hated that Golem game, though, it seems like. Where it was meant to be more explorative and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not too happy with black right now. Like, I thought there was more stuff in here. I'll have to check the other deck. Like, what the fuck was I using? I have no idea. Enchant creature, +1/+1. When another creature dies. I don't know. At the beginning of your end step, choose a creature with least toughness among your creatures. Yes, -1/-1. When your opponents control no creature, sacrifice it. Target creature gets -2/-2 till end of turn. Target non-out. Like, isn't this the same shit? Non-outlaw. Am I missing something with how this works? So that means anything in the game. So for 2, like, why is this? I don't get it. That's so random. Like, destroy a target non-dinosaur creature. Like, how many outlaws are we gonna see? I don't fucking know. It's so stupid. We'll do like 2 and 2 of those. Untapped creatures. Soul of the Lost. This is utterly ridiculous, man. Pay 1, treasure token. Don't really care. Unlikely aid. We were trying to do a lot of the discard stuff, but now I'm almost over it because it wasn't very good. There would be some games where it would actually work out, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything, bro. I'll have to look up discard separately and just do it, but I almost don't even care about that. What the fuck kind of black collection is this? Why do I have so many cards, and why do I not like any of them, or none of them are really spells that I want to cast? Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Like, isn't that the same thing, though? If it's not an outlaw, if it's not, like, it doesn't matter. The majority of stuff isn't going to be that anyway. Skeleton Beast, which creates a puppy. What the fuck? Create 2/1/1 white dog. That picture doesn't really match what's happening in the other. You know, they look so much more aggressive on that one. Lose 2 life, poison counter. Join the dead. Gets -5/-5. Descend 4 gets -10/-10. I like this guy. I like the dinosaur. That's like a 3 mana 7/6 or whatever. We're not gonna have that. Destroy target creature. I'm fine with dealing with those other ones. Yeah, I'll just fill in a bunch of discard stuff because apparently this is just an unusable fucking color for me all of a sudden. There's nothing in here, bro. Or even some of the discard just came from minions. Right, like having 4 of those is probably enough. Right, as far as the destroy for only 2 is pretty efficient, honestly. You know, I can use stuff like this too. But yeah, we'll just fill in with discard. I wasn't wanting to do it, but what else would black even do? Like Painful Quandary, or I guess should Turgid Lantern count? Because yeah, see, like I should have multiple of these. That's kind of the point. But so we'll do 3 things right now. We'll do discard, planeswalker, and well, let me look at Turgid. I don't think that works because, oh, you know what? It should be allowed because I won't play it as her anyway. So even though it's a minion, I'm only playing as, you know, artifacts, enchantments, anything like a spell or anything besides a minion. So I won't play her as a minion. So it's okay to have her in there, right? I'll never do that. You know, so pretend like that's not even an option. But that's a way to kind of game the system. So we'll do discard and we'll do planeswalkers. And so between that, we'll be fine. So let me see what we got. Just something that I had used before. As far as the multiple copy thing, I don't even really feel too happy about this. Right, we want to save some of those. We didn't actually have to use a mythic one at all, though. Okay, we'll do it, even though I don't like it. I don't care. Choose a card from it, discard the card. But these are too expensive, man. I'm just doing this as sort of filler. Like, this is dog shit. I don't like this because each player, right? That's kind of bad. Bad deal. You draw 2 cards and each opponent discards 2 cards. It's too expensive though. And then we can do planeswalker. Right, any sort of black planeswalkers that I want, or I guess only one of them. Right, if we're in keeping with that rule. Whenever opponent draws a card, deals 1 damage, destroy target creature. Its controller draws 2 cards. I don't know if I even really want to do that, but that's the only one I guess I have. Or no, this is the one I just got. Oh, is this the one I got from the little orbs? Deals 2 damage to any target, gain 2 life. Life total becomes 10. I mean, that in itself is worth it. Just cut their life in half if you haven't done any. You control target player turn. Yeah, let's say she do that one. Fuck this other clown guy. So we need 8 more cards. So I'll just indiscriminately do all the ones that say discard because I can't figure it out otherwise. Maybe I had more minions, more black minions than I. Our opponent discards a card. Like, sure, why not? Instead, reveal their hand. Target player reveals their hand. Choose a non-land card from it. Cleave, okay. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land. Well, I don't know how good that really is, but I'll just do it anyway. Reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card. They discard the card. Isn't that just better than like non-creature, non-land versus just non-land? Or I have to discard a thing though too. Exile. Mind Spike reveals each non-creature, non-land card in their hand. Discard your hand. Reveals their hand. You may choose a creature, enchantment, planeswalker from it. Discard for 2. Man, this is way more annoying than I would have thought. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Like, see, isn't this just better than the Demogorgon clutches fucking shit? Or I guess it has other effects with that I don't even care too much about. Opponent discards 2 cards. If you control a rat, I don't really care. Yeah, I control a rat in my house. It's in my fucking mousetrap right now. I'm Asmongold. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, discard the card. If you don't, put +2/+2 counter, +1/+1 counter. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Create a wicked token. The creature gets +1/+1. When this aura is put in the graveyard, each opponent loses 1 life. Give me something that makes them discard like a lot of shit. Like they discard 5 cards for like 6 mana or something. Okay, so we need 2 more, and I'm not really having much luck, so non-creature, non-land. That's not good enough because you want it to be anything. Like reveals their hand. You may choose a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. I guess we could do some of these. I don't fucking care. I'm not really too happy about this. Actually, black was very underwhelming here. Let me actually take a peek at my other deck because I don't get what happened. I was mainly trying to use spells with that. In fact, I even said that was the criteria too. With or maybe I didn't have. Wait, is this the one I just did or what? It must be. Like I don't get it because, or the Balrog should almost be the cover art for it. Herald of Anguish, Sorin we had there. Turgrid is fine. Shield Red, Painful Quandary, Intimidator. Yeah, we have like way too many minions in there. Right, so they're not really fitting with... Oh, wow. I mean, it was still following the rule that all the spells were black, I'm pretty sure, but not like that. So the Balrogs are obviously the stars of the show. Let me... You have to do it like from here, or like the whole picture is actually bugged out. Look how it's like cut off. This one looks better, I guess. You can, but it's not doing it. What the fuck? It says you can do it as I'm doing it. The fuck is going on? The Balrog broke my game. What? Can I like copy the deck and then redo it because it's like bugged out? I forget how you even do that. I like to exit anyway. Oh, now you're gonna fuck up my immersion with this picture because somehow you're not letting me do that. Let me try it with a different deck to see if that will work. So all the arts are bugged out, I guess, and I don't know why. Timeless, obviously this one's historic. Not that you couldn't play it in Timeless still, but people always, what the fuck? Let me relaunch my game. Because I want to use the Balrog for that just because, right? It seems kind of fitting, and we're kind of excited to have gotten that, but whatever, dude. So yeah, we'll go with this one. I'm very underwhelmed by black, but the whole point of this was now every black card is a spell, and those are the only spells we have. Every red card is a minion. And it doesn't really have to be a dragon, but it's a minion. The Planeswalker is the exception. You get 1 Planeswalker each. You have a couple hybrid cards in there, just the Balrogs. And you have the ability to have an equal number of each color card. And you finally have the ability to have multiple copies of the same card, which really came into play more so for red. And I don't know if that's really even that good, but I'm really not too happy with this at all. It's kind of dumb. Let's just get our fucking card art. Please don't fuck me over. Why is it even like that? Like, it looks half open there. I don't know if that's normally how it looks, but The other one was like all fucked up. Okay, there we go. That looks good. So yeah, let's go with that one. I guess I could alternate between the two, but I won't even do that because like see which one does better. But no, that's the main difference with this. So it's not really that different, but I guess a lot of those black minions were appreciated. And what you might come to realize with this is I don't have enough minions, period. Like all the dragons, like I only have like 7 dragons that are actually good. And the rest are just like ones that reduce their costs and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this expansion as far as the mastery tree and stuff. Like, why would it already be over? We get 2 lands here, which is not a very good thing, but I'll actually do it just because we do have a lot of low-cost cards, I guess, as a token of this. We get a chance to play him, too, right out of the gate, or, you know, at least we get him right out of the gate. Then we get this, so it's going to be, like, more efficient, at least. Right on top of everything that I do, I don't always build things for any sort of optimal purpose, not even in like a meta sense, but even in a basic sense, like, oh, I want one of each card just because I want that variety, not because okay dude, okay, there might be like a better order in which to play these. But additional cost, pay for, sacrifice artifact or creature, destroy, or maybe I should have just done that. What is something I feel like is not even going to see? I don't know if we're going to get to the point in the game where that becomes a factor, right? So now it will at least make this playable, but the unfortunate thing with it, or it won't, I guess, because it can't reduce it. It reduces it only by the 1 white cost, which you could still get to 0 with that. And you know why I think those cards are always so good value too, is because the fact that it reveals their hand is all you need to know, right? Like, now, you know, that's value in itself. Forget about the making them discard something, right? All meta high level matchups would love to see what your opponent exactly has at that time. Oh no, it does actually reduce that to 0 then, so you have the ability to put the rest, put it in your hand. This is probably pretty worth it still. You have the ability to get a dragon, and again, most of these are going to be relatively low cost. Well, not really that low, but that's going to be 3. This is going to be 5. This is going to be 2. I mean, that is pretty good value. This is good. This is good. You could almost have done that too. Fuck. They've got to both be red, which is actually no problem. That's sometimes what I'll get cucked on with land, is not so much the... Or no. I thought that was a discard card all of a sudden for some reason. What happens is you basically are able to... Well, it's actually not a big deal at all. I guess I should be allowed to play that as either one. So we have the 2 hybrid cards, Balrogs. We have the 2 planeswalkers, the 1 dude, Sarkhan, expensive Sarkhan, and then the Sorin dude. Spells can't be countered. Okay. I wasn't planning on doing that kind of shit anyway. Let's actually do this just for the novelty of it. And then we're able to still take advantage of flying. His hand is sort of drying out, not even to any credit of mine. But bro has more cards in his fucking imaginary hand than my real hand almost. So, I mean, that is kind of satisfying to finally see. Avatar Demon. When a legendary creature opponent controls dies, put the Balrog Flame of Udon on the bottom of its owner's library, which is okay. But that's bad, because if I kill a legendary minion, it'll put it on... I don't want mine to die. I'll kill their thing, and I want it to survive and keep going, right? Because, oh, Gandalf sacrificed himself, so that caused the Balrog to go down. But that's not even really... It was already doing that, so if he just didn't stand there like a clown... But he's just gonna keep flipping shit back forever, I guess. We have enough to play multiple things here, so there's no reason to play the Balrog. Bro, what is this fucking reactive? Everything I do gets fucked over shit. Alright, this is good. Even if it dies, you get a bunch of treasure tokens, which might help me summon something better. But yeah, that's the main good thing we have here, is everything is either low cost, or at least lower than what we've been working with. But it's also the ability to, you know, a lot of the ones that are going to reduce their cost and stuff. So you're kind of weeding out the weak dragons, the shitty ones that I always complain about. You know, so you're left with only mythic ones, or ones that are actually decent value, like a 4-mana 4/4. So I don't mind my position, but they're going to do some god level play that's just going to destroy me. Maybe if I didn't make them discard that one card, they would have actually been able to do it now. I was even saying the game probably shouldn't last that long, but this is like my only win condition if I just finish them off relatively quickly now. And it's probably not going to happen. Now I could use this to kill that anytime I want. And if I do that, they're almost fucking dead. Right, it would be probably worth it, but maybe it's not. Maybe I shouldn't. I should just use the flying. And I'll even attack with this too if you feel the need to block. Right, that would be perfectly okay. I just get triggered by how slow some people are. Somebody was almost going to flag on their fucking timer there. Just attack with everything. I don't even care. And then what you get to do is you get to, you know, even if you trade in with the 4/2, I don't care. And then if you summon something bigger, I can kill it very easily. And if you don't, then I'm about to kill you. You got 5, you got 6 with this. And you could play that. What the fuck is this shitty game, dude? What? What? +1 to cast, exile target. Like, I'm just kind of pissed. I don't even care what it does. Just forget it. What the fuck kind of shitty fucking game is this? Like, are you serious, man? Okay, give me an extra land. Go ahead, discard a card. I guess you don't really need the whelp anymore. I have enough land to do without it. I betrayed the very one who got me to where I am right now, though. He helped so much in the early game. I mean, that is just fucking bullshit. Like, what am I supposed to do with that, man? I hate stuff like that because it's like, how, oh yeah, just play around it. Just don't summon minions. Like, you obviously just have to have a much better deck with other reserves, or it's just, it's too much. It's just too much. Or even that stupid white spell that just destroys everything, but at least that one feels like it destroys their minions too, or maybe not. I forget. Alright, can you just hurry the fuck up, dude? You're so goddamn slow. So the cost of this at least maintains the same. Bro, you can't even counter stuff, so what are you fucking thinking waiting so long for? Now we can do another thing for 3, which I don't even have. Discards a card. Target reveals their hand, sacrifices enchantment. I mean, maybe that would have been worth it, or it's an artifact. Yeah, this is not an artifact, it's just a fucking regular land. Like, why does it matter? Discard, so the black cards have basically been fucking useless this whole game, so they suck. I'd rather just do a 40 card fucking dragon deck, even though most of them would be pretty shitty value anyway. 8 cost. I'll just go with the highest cost one because, you know, it's at that point where he would have been able to play it. So I didn't discard very many cards. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I didn't make them discard too many things, but I made them discard 2 consequential things at least. He played Graceful Charity, basically, a souped up version of Graceful Charity. Look, he's obviously going to win because his deck is just fucking annoying bullshit. But it's not enough for that to be the case. It's that he has to take a long fucking time in doing it, right? This is why blue is annoying. It represents both parts. It'll be slow, but it'll also be meta. Like, not even meta, just like, you know, this kind of high-end value shit. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to, like, rush him down by, like, turn 5 if I want to beat him or something. You get all this infinite value kind of bullshit. Like, come on, man. I don't want to do this. Here we go, bro. You don't even have the fucking decency to end it quickly, though. That's what I don't like. Like, all this shit. He's gonna fucking mill himself out by accident one time. I love that in Pokemon that I did that. I was dejected, like, losing a game because, oh, they have, like, an X Pokemon that can't be damaged by anything else that I have in my deck. But I still keep playing because I'm just salty or whatever. Let's just play it out to a proper conclusion. But then they end up decking out because they can't finish me off either. Right, it's like a stalemate. Yeah, just go ahead, dude. Go ahead. Fun and interactive game. Like, just fucking sit here all goddamn night. Oh my god, bro. I don't like to concede, but there are times where I really should. Like, what is the likelihood at this point that I'm gonna win this game? Just draw your whole fucking deck. Fuck it, dude. Just do whatever you want. And even with all this he's doing, he's still not really doing anything. But it'll be some OTK combo coming up. Draw every... Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Just draw your whole fucking deck. Oh my god, I almost hope he does that by mistake. Like, what more do you want? What is it that you're looking for, bro? You have every card in the fucking history of the game in your hand. Bro. Is there maybe a card that rewards you for having an empty deck? If your deck is empty, your opponent loses the game. Like, hand infinite. Yeah, no shit. Do I get to play the game at some point, or am I just like, I'm just sitting here watching? What? Maybe there is something I could do here to... Problem is I could make them mill 2 cards, and that would cause them to lose. But I mean, it's all part of his master plan that of course he's gonna win right now. But if he doesn't, he'll have some way to put shit back in there too, but... Yeah, go ahead, play another card draw, man. I don't care. The Sea God. Create an 8/8 with hexproof. All non-land permanents don't untap. You gain control of target permanent opponent controls. I do like that, at least as far as hexproof. The one thing about blue I actually like, not because I like playing spells, but because I like to counter them or prevent them from being played. Wow. Mill 2 cards. So do I win because of that? Because if you're forced to... But he's going to counter it or something. Because he has obviously every card in the history of the game. Imagine if you actually have to do it, though. That would be pretty... Maybe I should... Wait. Wait. Don't you lose, though? I don't... Wait, I forget how this works. I thought... Okay, I don't know what this game is, bro, but that should have been an epic Yu-Gi-Oh! Like outcome that... how do you have that many cards but you can't counter the one spell that I have? Because if I didn't have that specifically to make him mill 2 cards, as much as I'm talking about shit about black, somehow I win because of that in a game that I'm so salty. Like, he decked himself out, but he had 1 card left. And then we fucking do that. Like, are you serious? If I didn't do that, then he would have won, or he might still not have won, but he would have gotten another turn to play it out. I have so many of these, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist weird moments. Like, I'm even saying I'm not going to win that game. I don't care. I'm just mad at how long it's taking. Just how I was saying, like, oh, how I don't concede. This is a good karma you get from never conceding a game. I want to see the natural conclusion come to fruition. And... reveal their hand, non-creature, non-land. Let's try to understand what he's doing. This thing is fucking annoying as hell. Right, he seemed to love that so much last time. Alright, the problem is I have a lack of actual dragons I can play in my hand, which is a common occurrence. We can top cards of the library, put one of them in their hand. So basically he has the capability to get through his entire deck, guaranteed every game, because that's a fun and interactive way to play. Sacrifice enchantment. Let's see what he could possibly end up playing. Conjure the 9 into the battlefield, into the deck. That's for 5. Jace, if you would play a card, library, mills 2 cards, draw 7 cards, you win the game. Okay, maybe that's what he was basically trying to do. I couldn't even tell you what I want to do here. Presumably, you'd be able to destroy whatever they summon as far as the Planeswalker, but it's too bad that I just can't simply do anything. Discard 2 cards, so it's obviously not going to be the Planeswalker. He's getting a little cucked on land because draws 2 cards. He has a fuckload of card draw, but see how it did him in so beautifully. This isn't going to matter too much, but considering how long he actually takes to fucking do anything. So I'm just getting cucked on minions the whole time here. Where, ironic, I'm trying to make him discard his hand, but I'm burned out of my hand myself. You're probably just going to lose based on this alone. If you would draw a card, you win the game. No cards. Mills 2 cards. Draw 7 cards. Destroy, pay 4. I could just do it. This is actually not bad.
This isn't over until we figure out a solution.
Okay, so now we're waiting for this thing called a minion, and I don't know if I have any in this game, so I guess I just have 0 in my deck, so that's kind of cool. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? He's taking a certain amount of damage from that, which really doesn't even matter. Oh, here we go, bro. Here we go. I shouldn't be surprised. I should have made him discard that, but then I don't know what. Create a 2/2, draw a card, loyalty counter. Target opponent chooses a permanent they control, return it to owner hand. Then they shuffle each non-land permanent control into owner's library. Okay, finally we can always use this off the back to get a dragon out of it. With respect to, this is one of my favorite cards in the game, and somebody suggested it in one of my comments. So much love to that, just because it's a card that I probably would have found eventually, but nobody ever uses it. Like, I've never seen anyone else use it. So I would have had to look through and just find it on my own. What happened? Wait, what? Oh, what the fuck? Why would he do that? He chose to discard. Okay, dude. Okay. What is going on? How is this happening? Like, I can't draw into anything. I can't. Oh my god. This would have been such a perfect opportunity to win this. Like, he's not in a great spot, but I just can't do anything. So I'm just sitting here all day. Like, make them discard. Or maybe you should have done that. What? Why can't I do it? What? Oh, it's duh. Hexproof. Now I can't always try to do this multiple times over. But it's really not much of a pain for them because you get to do it in such a way that you get yeah, maybe I should have done that. So, well, even not knowing, or maybe I did know that and I'm just being a clown, but that would have been more valuable. Tap all non-land permanents opponent controls. They don't tap. Okay, fine. But what if I untap it with my own effect from that? How about that? You should be able to do it there. And I could even do it again, or not quite. So this game, I'm getting sabotaged by the game itself because I can't do anything. Like, I got 0 fucking minions ever. Just makes no sense. I mean, if this wasn't hexproof, I would have been fine. I could have dealt with it very easily. Sacrifice a non-land permanent, but I don't even have. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I forgot that. Even though it's on his side, obviously that's mine. That's too bad, man. That's too bad. Now we have to go against this fucker yet again. That could have been such an easy win. Like, if I had gotten this one elusive thing called a minion, right, that apparently I totally don't have. My god. Even with the effect of that fucking guy who gives you a dragon, right, the haste, he still didn't give me one. That is so fucked. I like the amount of land, but now I'm getting paranoid for... Yeah, see, at least something. Give me something, dude. Holy shit. That's okay. All you got to do is you get to, like, turn 3 with this, and you get that. Turn 4, you know, you're getting good sort of ramp value with this. He's going to win now. That was my probably one best chance. Right, that last game was so good. The first game was actually kind of super unlucky and unlikely, right, for me to win, so I wouldn't really read into it too much. Yeah, basically black has been a little underwhelming, even though it did clutch out that win. That could be an epic, legendary, most unlikely win ever that you've seen in the history of card games, right? And we're just casually doing it at bronze rank, whatever the fuck. Okay, so all we need is like one more land, which I'm probably never gonna get. Destroy target non-artifact creature. Again, these would be pretty good value if you could actually play it, but he has to get the one thing that's hexproof. Alright, that doesn't bother me too much because at least he didn't use it for the better effect later. Conjure the power of 9 into your deck. You know, let's just do that again, and then we can always do this guy later. The one thing we really want is the simple fact of being able to get one more land, which I do. Now we're looking good. This guy summons like a 3/1 dinosaur under some circumstance. It usually doesn't happen, but beginning of your upkeep, exile top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exiled, I guess you don't have a choice, right? You just are forced to do that. And he has first strike and stuff too. See, this is a good board that I could win with this, but he's gonna have a million pieces of removal and shit. Exile, and then you get a 3/1 or whatever. Sacrifice. What is this? Power Stone tapped. Why don't we just go full face mode here? I mean, this should be a pretty good turn. Like, what is it he's gonna do? Probably deal with this pretty fucking easily. We can get like another dragon from this. The problem is if he clears my board, man, what is this? What is happening? How is it that unlikely? At least I started with some... I should have done that because... And does that mean add any of them, or does it mean add all of them? It must be add all of them. He's pretty low on cards here. Maybe I'm being stupid with stuff like that. Like, you should make them discard this, but I'm just assuming he has enough land to do whatever, mana to do whatever he wants anyway. There's the simple fact that... Okay, I've done that like twice in a row now. Gain control of non-land permanent value 1 or less. Like, he has nothing in his hand though. Like, how do you just recover from this? But he'll probably do it pretty fucking easily. Add 1 mana. Here we go, man. Here we go. Absolutely stupid. Yeah, we have Graceful Charity at home. Graceful Charity at home, but it's actually better than Graceful Charity. Well, at least potentially. Here we go again. My lose condition, because there's not really much I can do about that. We get a little Time Warp play. It's too bad. It's too bad. I mean, but no, obviously you should destroy an enchantment there, but I still feel like it wouldn't have mattered much. Now, your win condition could be that you have, the problem is you can't do, like, cumulative damage. So what happens is, you know what I mean? Like, I could trade that in to try to survive, but then it would heal back up every time, so...
We'll make this look easy.
Those 2 cards, I don't even care too much about that. He just wants revenge for me milling him out when he was basically self-milling. You have to be able to summon this thing called a minion, which I seem to be incapable of actually doing, so basically I can't do anything at all. And I should leave these basically just to block. Mills 2 cards, draw a card. Okay, fine. Draw 7 cards. If your library has no cards, you win the game. Which that wouldn't happen for a while. Right, but just for the sake of drawing 7 cards anyway is very good, I guess. That fucking card, bro. I'm just happy that one's over because that was really time consuming. Like that'll take like a fucking hour of your life just to do that fucking matchup. Holy shit. Like that first game was at least epic. The second game should have been an easy win. Like we got to look at something to try to understand. I was complaining like I don't have enough dragons minions in there, but like we're really getting fucked. Right, like from this guy's effect. Like, how do I not have enough dragons that you would get? I guess because a lot of them aren't really technically considered dragons. So I guess that's not entirely unfair. They're like, they have effects to do with dragons, but they're not dragons themselves necessarily. Okay, that's fine. Go through here. We have enough, more than enough gold for a... How do we get this 2,000? Click to view reward track. Experience the next level. Whatever. But no, I have more than enough for the next draft. Yeah, that was incredibly triggering, but the fact that we even beat him one game is pretty satisfying. But when you look at how we beat him, it shows you how unlikely that is to happen. I don't always beat people who are using annoying fucking decks like that, but when I do, it's literally like an anime protagonist moment. That's where the best of 3 format is too bad, because I would have just won the first one and it would have been over. There would be no match. Yeah, I was considering the next expansion I could do Return to Green, and then at the end of it, like the last month maybe, we'll try to get to Mythic. Even if it's in historic or whatever format I decide. Probably historic would be the most fitting, or maybe timeless, although that would probably be very difficult, as people always say. I probably won't do it in standard just because I don't like standard, but I'll do that, and then if I succeed I get to keep my collection, but then we'll move on to Magic Online. But if I fail, I have to delete my account, collection, whatever, and I still move on to Magic Online. So that would be a good thing. That's kind of what I'm doing in PvZ Heroes right now, where I have to get to rank 50 this month, right? Otherwise, I have to delete my account, and I'm using that as basically a finale for the series as well. So this is a pretty good value card, and like the other one that's just like it. However, I haven't had the chance to play it because the only minions we've considered doing that on are hexproof, so I don't really get it. So this is already pretty good value. So you go like this, and let's try to put the pressure on. This is another annoying blue deck. He only beat me because blue has a type advantage over fire, right? Water is super effective on fire. I go like this, grab another dragon from it. Or rather, you won't, because you just fucking suck and not enough. I don't have enough in here. Like, either you have an answer for it or you don't. Like, what is all this waiting, this thinking? Like, just do it. One to cast if you weren't the starting player. Like, how do you know that though? How do you know that like, why would that be worth it? And I can't really say they're using a very good deck because they have 200 plus cards. But if you use that last person's deck, you could easily get through all 200 of them, as you saw, because he has an infinite amount of fucking card draw. So unfortunately, we can't really do anything about that. Or no, I can actually. I finally get to use my shit. Copy of it, obviously. You may have it enter as a copy of permanent on battlefield, except it's an artifact in addition to other types. Oh, if it was the other one, that'd be so inconvenient. Oh, it happens to be an artifact. What are the chances of that, right? Because it says non-artifact. Yeah, like how many outlaw creatures are we seeing on a regular basis? None. Like, But that's such a good, efficient thing. Okay, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm just too impatient when playing this because everybody's so fucking slow. Like, you're metagaming, tryharding. I guess you are a platinum emerald player at least. But, like, you're too fucking slow. I'll just say it. You want this, but you can't even play it, so that's too bad. Let me go ahead and do it. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to sit here all day doing nothing. Right, as long as we keep up the pace, we also have the ability to play this one. You probably should do it. You'll get a bunch of treasure tokens that you can probably run circles around me with. So you have the ability to... Man, that looks pretty sick. This almost reminds me of like Bioshock's thing. Whatever this is, like where you crash and then you go in the building. Treasure tokens, exile top 2 cards. I don't really need the mana. I've had less issue with mana here than I've had with actually just getting minions, period. So now you could do this actually. Target reveals their hand, discards 2 cards. And so that's fine with me. Just get it over with, and it's not really all that satisfying to me to even make stuff discard, but everything's pretty low cost here. It can't go below 1, or I guess it could if it was just white value, like if it didn't require a red, but then it wouldn't even really be... I wonder if there is something really like that, right? Because all the white value can go away. So you have 3 only left to play, and so you have the ability to see, these are the turns. Like, you got to finish the game like quickly before they do some crazy shit. Destroy all non-legendary creatures, but I can't do shit about it. Right, so just go in with that. You get all the haste. You get a treasure token. You're almost dead. You'll get this for next turn. So that's too bad because I can't do anything about it. Like, what the fuck, bro? Only a 4-cost card, too. Ring tempts you, then each player mills cards equal to your ring bearer's power, which you don't even have a ring or a ring bearer. When invasion enters, return target non-battle permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. You can make a copy of something, but what would you even make? Is that really the best thing that you have? Non-battle permanent. Bro, you have 3 HP, so like I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for the outcome of this fucking game. I hate the way people play this. Like, you might say, oh, you should do that too, but like, what are you doing, man? You're playing against a silver fucking rank clown who's using like a gimmick sort of deck. Go ahead, man. Take as long as you want. I don't give a shit. It's so fucking boring. Like, you really want to try hard, then go to mythic fucking whatever. Mythic rank 1 or whatever the equivalent to legend rank 1 is in this game, if they even distinguish it like that. Because like, it's not enough to get mythic. Then in the mythic tier you try to be the best among all the mythic players, which that's something I've never done in Hearthstone, because every time I get there I just sort of get bored and I sort of stop playing. Right, where you basically feel like you could be dead from that. You're probably not, but you are. Okay, fine. Like, the way I win is like so banal. Like, oh, I just hit you in the face. There you go. And they're doing all this crazy shit, playing for some meta bullshit interaction. Even though when you do have 200 plus cards, I can't complain. Right, really, that you have the ability to do that. Right, you're not using something optimal, presumably, or maybe, what do I know? Maybe it is, but chances are, obviously, the less cards, the better. So we got 2 lands there. At least we have a couple good dragons in there. But now I'm not going to get enough land probably to play them is the problem. I mean, that is definitely a troll thing. So I guess I can't complain too much. Like what would be your confidence level in doing that? Just the fact that you can cycle through and draw so much that you know you're going to get what you want, basically, which is like a power creep state of the game where, you know, everything is just like too easy to cycle through and everything. Whenever an opponent, a permanent becomes untapped, they mill a card. Okay. Sacrifice enchantment. I don't even think I care too much about that. You may choose a creature, non-creature, whatever. Multiverse. What is it? At the beginning of your end step, draw 7 cards. Each opponent's maximum hand size. You know, look at the library anytime. I mean, that didn't cause me to lose the game, at least the last time, but yeah, you have so many cards you can easily, like, what a great idea for a mill deck, because you can last forever. The mill isn't even that you're playing cards to mill stuff. The mill is the fact that you have so many cards that if you just play the game out naturally, I don't even care. I don't want the game to last that long anyway, so fuck it. It really doesn't even matter to me. Discards 2 cards. If you control a rat, surveil 2. Alright, so at least I'm happy with the state of their hand, regardless of anything else. Like, I don't really understand. Like, am I really going to lose to that? Whenever permanent becomes untapped. Could be a little problematic, but my intention would be still to win the game before this comes into play. And again, their hand is relatively empty, but maybe I'll regret not doing that. How was I supposed to know they were going to do another one? Right, I could have dealt with one of them. And again, it's never going to affect them really too badly. I still have 40 cards, though. And sometimes it'll help me because my deck is so shit that it'll get rid of a lot of junk I don't even want. You want one more land for multiple of these plays. At least the discard aspect is sort of working because they're kind of fucking up with their must construct additional pylons. I don't even know what that's from. Is that from StarCraft or... I think it is. I've never even really played StarCraft. I think I did like maybe the first mission and that was it. I never really liked RTS games, or rather I should say that I kind of suck at them. Right, because I'm more somebody who believes in like taking my time and soaking something in. And obviously that is not what you can do in an RTS game. So like I'd want to explore the whole map and such and such. Or even that would solve the issue that I'm never going to get another land as long as I live. Create a treasure token, okay. Look, dude, you gotta end this quickly. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to deal with this, but... could be a potentially NSFW fucking picture over here. I love this fucking Mark Robinson story. Like, oh, he supposedly posted some comments like 10 years ago, 15 years ago on like some explicit adult site or whatever. It's like, how does... I'm not even saying whether it's accurate or not, but like, how does it take this long? Like, why couldn't you have found it earlier? That's what makes these sort of stories seem fake. Why would it not have come out before this? Or maybe it did and just nobody paid attention to it, but like, how would you discover it so conveniently like right now? I mean, I have to end this quickly and they're not going to let me do that. If there's one specialty that people have, it's just dragging shit out and making it very slow. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it is definitely annoying. And so let's see what happens. You may play additional land each of your turns, lands you control. So at least their hand got burned out. It's like all those cards had nothing to do with them, because unless you get like a card draw here, but the discard did seem to punish them quite a bit. So it should be hopefully next turn, or it should even be this turn. If I like do this and this, which I should be able to do, right? They'll never expect it. So we get the 2 flying damage in and the haste. Look at how long they have to think when they only have 1 card in their fucking hand, dude. I'm trying to make it simpler for you. Imagine losing to this clown shit deck. But no, when I do green, I'll have to actually try to make something better. But I won't, like, I'll still try not to look anything up. Although I guess I wouldn't say, I've been pretty good about that the whole playthrough. But generally, I haven't been trying to play something meta anyway. It's just like, then I'll obviously have to. So I wouldn't mind doing it in historic. Because again, standard is going to be boring and like, it just restricts the number of cards you can use in a way that I don't like. Okay, dude. Come on, man. Everybody's just so fucking slow. Look, when I'm trying to get to mythic rank, then I'll take my time, or I'll have to make time, but not fucking when I'm just randomly playing. Like, it doesn't matter, dude. I mean, that could be dangerous in the long term, but there shouldn't be a lot. Well, fuck. Now you will be able to bypass my thing. If only this guy was fucking flying, too. Okay, well, that actually hurts quite a bit, too. I'm actually probably going to lose now because you have the ability to block all this shit. Okay, bro. Okay. So you would go with this, and then you could also play... I'm pretty much dead next turn if I... Or you know what? It'd be more important to actually do that. What you can do is you can hit him for 9 and then just try to win, but I don't care. Right, like it's not gonna happen, so... Or maybe I could have almost played the other... Well, it wouldn't have mattered though. Like you could play it during the combat phase and get the haste off in the same turn that you generate it. It's like I thought if that's all he had out there, I could have... You know, destroyed that and then guaranteed the victory, but here you can at least block the 4-2, so you'll still win because that's gonna fuck me over, right? I'm already decked out. I lose. Like, why are you fucking taking so long when I clearly objectively lose? Bro, am I playing against bots all the time or what? Because I can't explain it. Like, even, can I emote to them? Can I fucking let them know, like, you actually win the game and just... You actually won. You actually won. Because all this shit that was tapped, unless I'm missing something, I should have decked out. You could have blocked that. Whatever. What do you expect from a clown using a 200 plus card deck? Okay, let's do one more best of 3. 3 best of 3s is good per episode. Especially when people want to take literally an eternity every fucking turn. But did I get the 2,000 gold? Is that what that was? It doesn't feel like it. I thought I already had like 12, so I should be at 14. No, that first one was quite exciting though. That first game that we won. Squirrel Frog of the Pragmatic Stewards. We've read that one before. Already repeating flavor text. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing with the mastery track this expansion, because normally it should be for the whole expansion, unless this is just a mini expansion, or like they'll do the mini set kind of thing in the middle. But even if they do that, then I don't know, like that'll overlap with the thing, with the like with the mastery tree ending early. So yeah, this expansion we're just fucking around with this, so we'll do this a couple episodes now with this deck, or some iteration of, you know, being able to use multiple copies of the same card, etc. And only black has to be spells, red has to be minions, only creatures. But then after that, the final phase of this will be when I get to use the actual split them in two. Then we'll use a black only deck, a red only deck, and that'll be sort of the finale phase of this particular thing, which will coincide with the expansion itself. So we're having to farm out fucking emerald players, platinum players, but Okay, I'd like to get that Sorin out one of these games, but we never get that much land, or we don't really want the game to drag out that long, so that's often just what it comes down to anyway. Like, you would need 6 and you would need 3 of them to be black, so that's quite a high bar to ask. I like these kind of pictures, but I wish it didn't even say the text or anything on there. To shoot the sheriff, we could do that, but I don't really have to for the time being. And so what you have is the ability to spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Angel spells. Yeah, that's the one most confusing element about magic that's kind of dumb, is the simple fact that you have it's the simple fact that you have the ability to basically, I could have done the flying hit, I just messed up. Like, oh, everything is a spell. Creatures are spells. Even enchantments and stuff somehow count as spells based on some other effect that we've seen. Like, everything is a spell. Whereas normally in a game, you know, a spell will be magic and a creature won't be a spell. It'll be just a creature. Like, you could say, like, oh, the act of you summoning it is a form of magic, but fuck it, dude. These are actually pretty efficient. The one thing I normally don't have in my decks is removal, and here at least we have a pretty efficient form of it. Make them discard something here. Look at them using the basic card back. Whenever something 1/1, whenever it enters, put a +1/+1. Nothing really too exciting that you could use there. What I could do is I could almost do this. I need 2 more lands, but also this is a top deck kind of shit situation where this is where my decks are always so bad. I don't have a ton of card draw or any card draw really. Fuck. I get the removal right back in my face, but it's not really too big of a deal because you could do it to me here. Life total becomes 10, which is especially good against a healing type of deck that it might be substantially more than that. So you can get rid of enters, put a +1/+1. I mean, I'm kind of wasting those, but I'm just kind of at the mercy. So if I get one more thing, is the immediate effect going to be good? And it would be actually, because fuck. It would kill one of these off at least, and then you would get to try to do the other effect, but reducing their life to 10 isn't even that big of a deal. They just had too many big minions. I can't do anything. And that's not even gonna do shit. I guess I'm technically still not dead though, because I can block that. I just wanted to play Sorin one time, but cost 1. What does that mean? To pay 1 for the privilege of blocking it. We haven't really gotten an effective Balrog play. The one time I tried to play it was it kept getting returned to my hand and stuff. And that one card triggered the shit out of me. Basically the Vanish, where return everything your opponent controls to their hand, every minion. I'm not really that intimidated there, but it was at least over quickly, so I can be grateful for that. You got 2 lands, so I don't know whether I should really keep that or not, because this is where you can kind of get cocked on it. You just have to hope that you won't. They had a lot of beefy minions early that I just couldn't deal with and keep up on the board, or rather I couldn't play anything on the board at all. You go like this, you go like this. These are the effects you have to really rely on, and why we have so many of them in there. Right, we have multiple copies, 3 copies of that, the other one that reduces it by 1, like the shaman, 1 copy of this, or I mean 4 copies of this. I could destroy this fucker, but maybe I won't worry about it. Okay, that's the kind of thing you want to see play out. Now things are rolling, we should have a chance. We gotta end it kind of quickly. There's that sense of panic that sets in. Like, if you don't win the game quickly, right, you're not gonna win. Not because, oh, I'm aggro, but because everybody else is God. Like, they'll just have this super long game bullshit thing that you can't do because of the red, unfortunately. Or that I can't even do either. So let's do... This is not really something I like as far as the value of it, but they only have like one land, so I can't really say what I want. And then you go from there to try to get another dragon. Okay, now at least we're getting some shit. I would maybe have considered that, but I can barely afford what I have right now, so... You have a 2, you have, but I don't have 2 red, so I'm fucked. And I don't know, I actually do though. Or wait, I thought... Wait. Oh, okay. No. No, okay. That was a misclick, but there wasn't much I could do that turn anyway, so let's just... See, the longer you let this drag out, but I'm not doing it to any credit of their own. I'm doing it just to show you how shitty my deck is. Like, I can't do anything, so just we'll sit here all day, I guess. Like, what the fuck, man? Because now, it's not that I don't have enough mana, it's that I don't have enough... Wow, dude. This is the punishment you get for trying to use the same thing over and over, I guess. Having too many copies of the same card. It's that I'm not getting the correct color land, so now this is why we don't like hybrid stuff. At least I have a little bit of removal that I can use here, so go ahead and summon whatever you want. Fine with me, don't really care too much. I'm not even too bothered by any of these. It's just like, why is this taking so long to get like an actual land? And the answer is that you may as well just do that. Like, he's not putting up much resistance to this either, or I should have done the other thing too. That I can actually kind of understand because it's taking so long. Maybe I should do that other effect. Exile top 6 cards. Exile top 2 cards from opponent's library. You may look at the cards and play them. I probably should do that. Okay, so now we'd have to destroy this as well. Whenever Angel you control enters, go ahead, do that. Even if they summon something else, I could do that as well. Now you're at least gonna have to block with that, but I could destroy that too. So now 3, 4, 5. Not gonna be enough. Or it will be enough, actually. Fuck it. Imagine winning like this. Well, they got cucked on land pretty hard too, so I guess I can't complain too much. What a stupid ass way to lose when you lose to this fucking free fearsome Welsh. Fearsome indeed. Do you have the ability to like look at the quality of the wins that we get? They're always in such a troll dumb shit way, but this is the best we got to make of what we have. But we're beating an emerald player, so what can I say? Right, or platinum or whatever. I always confuse. Okay, that's not bad. Well, it's a little bit bad because you're not getting the right color land, but normally I'm happy when I see that much land in there at once because of the simple fact that this background somehow reminds me of like that cemetery from Machine for Pigs, like when you're going into the church. A very specific reference, but that game could have been better, but it's like it was too linear basically, or like too scripted, unlike even the other Amnesia games that have like more open-ended, right, other mechanics going on. Let the fearsome Welsh carry you, and that will be perfectly fine for me. And the only other thing you can do is maybe you can get an actual dragon that you can play that is actually good, but I think I'm realizing I just don't have enough of those in here, so that ends up being a big issue. I hope I get one of those removal cards, which we do. So do I do it now or do I wait? Or I could do both. And the reason why is because, I mean, it's just too much of an annoyance, so I'll just do it. Very face roll style that we're going for, but again, there's nothing you can actually play here. Okay, create a 4/4. And of course I can't even get in this little cheeky damage because you don't have the ability to you can get blocked by it, obviously. Their hand is totally empty, but so is mine effectively because I can't do shit to you. Well, that is always satisfying to see them totally, when it enters, create a 4/4, so I don't care too much about that. So Is there something I can get here? And the answer is I just can't get fucking anything, dude. See, good decks would never let it come down to this because you would always have a way to guarantee that you're going to get something, you know what I mean? You would cycle, you would draw, you would, like, even what they're going to do now. Or I guess not, though. So we've shown the weakness and the limit of their deck. I mean, I will, because I just can't deal with this right now, but... Thank God. Like, just anything, dude. I have, like, 7 dragons, as I pointed out, that are actually decent value. At least now we could trade that in, which I really don't even want to, but... You might have no choice, and so I have to just hope that I top deck a good card. We'll get the little, we'll get this shit here with respect to the treasure tokens themselves. Or maybe I should have done the other one just so I could have had something to play. That is actually very impactful. If... Oh, watch us get carried by that, because we do have 6 lands. So just ignore it and don't do anything. You haven't had any removal the whole game. You haven't had that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. How? You don't have a single removal or damage card the whole fucking game, and then as soon as you need it... Whatever, bro. Whatever. This fucking deck is even shittier than I thought. Like, come on, man. You'd rather just commit to just full-on dragons. Like, all these black cards are shit. But then again, they're not, because you would have the ability to, you would have the ability to basically... I guess maybe I could have been already doing that. Right, with the 1-3 and the 2-2. Now, I could cheat and try to do that to survive, but I'm not allowed to do that, so... You might question why I would make a play like that otherwise. Okay, I don't want to be the guy to drag a game out needlessly either. Let me do like maybe a best of 1 game just because that was sort of unsatisfying. I mean, I did at least successfully burn out their hand, so that in itself is fun, but there's nothing really more to it than that. All right, let's do a best of 1 just to fucking not have to take all day, but also to try to end off on a bit more of a satisfactory note. And so I'm not really too happy with this one. In fact, I seem like the other one was much better. I don't know. I wasn't having as much trouble with that deck because you at least had more black minions in there too. And so because you did that, you wouldn't have so much trouble actually playing anything because we're getting all the low cost ones, but we don't have the high, you know. If I just replace every black card in here with other dragons, you'd actually have something going because then you'd only have to worry about red mana and you'd only have to worry about the ability of the ability to do whatever. You wouldn't have to be doing all these stupid spells and stuff. So like, that's okay, but you're not going to get the right color mana then, and you're going to get fucked. I mean, this is the punishment that I get for, you know, oh, I want to have multiple copies of the same thing. I just feel like I don't like the state of this game necessarily. It's in two... And it makes sense because it's been out for so long in any of its forms, but it's too bloated. Like it's in like what the state Hearthstone is in now. I don't really want to play that version of the game, or again, at least not when I haven't had the other experience. So there's something annoying about that where it's too bloated. There's too much. Target creature gets +1/+0, gain 1 life, activate only a sorcery. What is he, on a fucking cloud? A cloud in the form of a ship. Alright, come on, come on. Give me a red. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Like, it's not a coincidence when this happens, like, literally every fucking game. I might have to tweak this a little bit. Oh, I accidentally... Yeah, that's why I lost one of those games, because I accidentally hit that one time. Which that almost never happens. But they put this in such an awkward spot. Like, you should be able to, like, right-click anywhere, and it just advances the next thing. Alright, this is good. At least make them discard stuff, but I once again, I can't actually play anything on the board, so I can't wait till I split these in two now. And then I'll just hard commit to the dragons this way. Or I could do 2 phases with that too. Split them in 2, but have 1 of each card for novelty. Then split them in 2 and have as many cards as you want of each kind. You could do it in both forms here. So, oh, here we go. This is something we've seen a lot in the past, where we always get fucked over by that because I could never stop them from healing. We haven't gotten a chance to play that Sorin at all, or even this guy. So we can destroy both of these, actually, which is not actually too bad. And the reason why is because you have the ability to you know, whatever, at least it's one. Okay, it's one good thing that you get with black. Deal 4, that would have been perfect if I could have done it. Or no, it's player planeswalker, so that one actually fucks you over. I mean, look at what is happening in the game right now. Just look at it. Like, you have an equal number of both color lands, but like, what the fuck is this? So basically, red is trying to do me justice, and black is trying to sabotage me, because sometimes the card draw can be cute, but it's just not really very satisfying. Right? Or I mean, the card discard. It's unbelievable how much you get fucked on RNG and stuff like that. I'm not asking for like a lot of lands or the optimal dragons all the time, but Duskmourn, Glimmer of the Horrors lurking in the newest set. But how can that already be out? Is that must be like the mini set halfway point, because that mastery has sprouted. No, in fact, it's almost about to end. I do like the imagery of that. This looks like a raid boss from a hypothetical MMO that would be fun to play, but there is no such thing because Magic doesn't want to exploit its IP, even though in this case it would be actually good or fun to see that. As I keep asking, they had that Diablo style game that was canceled, unfortunately. Okay, see you later.